The last thing I expected that Sunday morning was to be standing barefoot in my driveway, holding a mug of coffee, talking to two police officers about how my pregnant wife was apparently stomping too loudly on the sidewalk. Yeah. That happened. And it wasn't even 9 a.m. yet. Casey, my wife, was 7 months along at the time, waddling more than walking, wearing pink Crocs, just trying to keep her swollen ankles from giving out on her usual morning loop. There wasn't a single thing threatening about her, unless you count her craving for pickle chips at 2 a.m. But there we were, with Officer Delgado calmly explaining that someone had called 911 to report aggressive footfalls. I already knew who it was before I even turned my head. Donna Westbrook. Pearl earrings, pressed khakis, that little clipboard like it was surgically attached to her palm. She lived across the street and had basically declared herself the unofficial queen of the block since the HOA dissolved. Everyone else tried to ignore her. We weren't so lucky. She came storming out like she'd been waiting for her cue, waving her phone and yelling something about her grandbaby's nap time, even though said grandbaby didn't live there and only visited every other weekend. Last I checked, bounce houses until midnight aren't exactly monastery behavior. You need to do something, she barked. I have her on video. 3 mornings in a row, stomping like a Clydesdale past my windows. Casey blinked, totally stunned. I'm literally just walking. I'm carrying a human inside me. Donna gasped like Casey had slapped her with a wet sponge. You're calling me lady now? That's harassment. I gave Officer Delgado the look, you know, the one. The "are we really doing this right now" look. He sighed. Sir, we have to respond to every 911 call, even unconventional ones. That night, Casey lay awake, staring at the ceiling. She's filming me, she whispered. Waiting for me to react so she can twist it. And she was right. This wasn't about noise. It wasn't even about us personally. It was about control. Donna wanted to be the gatekeeper of how we walked, talked, even breathed on her block. Casey wanted to drop it, but I couldn't because something about the way Donna smirked as my wife cried told me she thought she'd won. And I don't take kindly to bullies thinking they've won. So I played the long game. Documented everything: camera angles, timestamps, audio logs. Filed a complaint about her unregistered surveillance system. Oh, and I may have submitted footage of her bounce house bash that went way past curfew. Two can play this game, Donna. Next day, I bought Casey orthopedic sneakers and said, let's walk. Same route. Same sidewalk. Only this time, we waved at the cameras. That afternoon, a letter showed up on our porch. For more legalese, big words like auditory intimidation, complete with a fake HOA header. Mind you, we don't have an HOA anymore. It was notarized. By her. Like she was running her own legal system now. Casey was shaken. Why does she hate us? She asked, and honestly, that's what made me the angriest. It wasn't about some overzealous neighbor anymore. It was someone actively harming my wife during one of the most vulnerable times of her life. We called our lawyer. Come guy. Drinks herbal tea, hummed Sinatra under his breath. He read the letter and laughed for a full minute. Oh, she wants to play paper games. Let's dance. We filed a cease and desist. Nothing explosive, just a legal line in the sand. The day Donna got served, she froze on her porch like someone had unplugged her. She turned back inside, and for a couple days, it was quiet. Then came the fire trucks. At 5 a.m., red and blue lights lit up our walls. A firefighter knocked, asking if there was a gas leak. Donna had reported smelling propane and seeing smoke from our garage. There was nothing, just a rake, a basketball, and some lawn chairs. This isn't the first false report from her, one firefighter whispered. That was the last straw. We filed for a harassment injunction. Took everything: recordings, flyers, timestamps, even an anonymous letter we got in the mail that said, "Maybe you should move for the baby's sake." The judge granted it. Donna was ordered to stop all contact, direct or indirect. But Donna doesn't do surrender. A week later, laminated flyers started appearing in mailboxes all down the block. Grainy photo of Casey mid-walk. No names, no addresses, but the message was clear: we were being targeted. Here's the twist: our neighbor across the street, Mr. Laird, who we barely knew outside a few awkward waves, showed up with a folder. It had 5 years' worth of complaint notices from Donna unsigned, but all in the same font, same weird language. "She's been doing this to everyone," he said. "You just finally stood up to her." So we went public. A local journalist picked up the story, highlighted the fake HOA citations, the false emergency calls, the campaign of intimidation. The headline read, "Pregnant woman targeted by former HOA president in harassment scheme." The response? Overwhelming. Neighbors we barely knew dropped off muffins, baby clothes, handwritten notes. Even the old couple 2 doors down, who never left their porch, gave us a thumbs up. Donna. She lost her mind. She filed a lawsuit: civil defamation, mental distress, the whole works. Wanted $25,000. It was laughable. But the stress wasn't. Casey's blood pressure spiked. Her OB gave us a warning: keep her calm or get ready for an early delivery. We filed a countersuit. Malicious prosecution, stalking, abuse of process. Our lawyer smiled when he served the papers. Time to go on offense. Then, at 6 a.m. one morning, Donna stood on the sidewalk with a bullhorn. Played a high-pitched siren noise at our window sunloop. It was like a toddler's tantrum, but with electronics. Police arrived in under 10 minutes. She was arrested on the spot for violating the injunction. And you'd think that'd be the end, right? Wrong. She was released by the weekend. Back online within days, calling herself the victim, now accusing us of a media smear campaign, saying we were part of some urban invasion. Her Facebook followers ate it up. Then the zoning complaint showed up. Someone claimed I was running an illegal business from home: large deliveries, client traffic, disturbing the peace. I work in IT. My biggest delivery is Amazon socks. But Donna filed it anonymously through the city portal. We caught it because our security cameras filmed her walking across the street at 5 a.m., taping a fake notice to a pole and snapping a picture to submit as evidence. Yeah. Caught in 4K. That's when the DA stepped in. Filed charges: impersonating a city official, misuse of emergency services, and stalking. The morning she was arrested again, she looked completely unhinged. Hair wild, face pale, glaring like the whole world owed her something. And just like that she vanished. Moving truck rolled up. Boxes got packed. We never saw her again. One neighbor said she moved to live with family 3 counties over. Another said she changed her name. I don't really care. Because 2 days later, Casey went into labor. And in that quiet hospital room, as we held our daughter for the first time, I realized something: this story was never really about Donna. It was about not letting fear win. About standing up when it's easier to stay quiet. About protecting peace without losing your soul in the fight. Now, when we walk past Donna's old house, Casey always gives a little extra stomp, just loud enough to make a point. So here's my question to you: where's the line? When does neighborhood tension turn into harassment? When do we say enough? Let me know what you think in the comments, because I know we're not the only ones who've been through something like this.